Example 57, pretty much a continuation of what we did previously. I'm just going to start by multiplying what I have here in my numerators. So let me start with 24. X to the 7th times x to the 1st. Y to the 3rd times y to the 4th. Over 2 times 3. Y squared times y squared. And let's not forget the x cubed. Start simplifying. 24 over 6, that's 4. X to the 8th over x cubed. That's x to the 5th, y to the 7th over y to the 4th, y cubed. That's your final answer. For example 58, you need to factor as much as possible. So the very first numerator will factor to this. And now the first denominator will factor to this. Okay, now we have this very first fraction divided by this other fraction. So we need to do keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep this fraction as is, change from division to multiplication. And now I need to flip the second fraction. X plus 3 was in the bottom. Now it's on the top. 5x plus 5, that's going to be in the bottom, but that can be factored a little bit. Now we're going to see if we can do any cross canceling. X minus 3s, those cancel. X plus 1s, those cancel. And it looks like that's all we can do. So the only thing I have left in the numerator is x plus 3. Over what I have left in the denominator is x minus 3 times 5, or 5 times x minus 3. And that's your final answer. Example 59. Both of the denominators will factor there, and I went ahead and did that. Now, since we are subtracting here, we have to have a common denominator. If you'll notice, this denominator here has 2x plus 3s. This only has 1x plus 3. So what I need to do is I'm going to have to give this one an x plus 3 as well. If this one has 2x plus 3s, this one has to have 2x plus 3s. And if I'm going to put one in the denominator, we got to put one in the numerator as well. Now, this has an x minus 3. This doesn't, though. So we're going to have to multiply this by x minus 3, meaning you have to multiply the numerator by x minus 3 also. Okay, for the time being, I'm not even going to worry about my denominators. I'm just going to start simplifying what I have in the numerator. Okay, here we can FOIL. Right, if you FOIL and combine like terms, that's what you would get. Here I need to distribute the -2. All right, combine any like terms. Okay, now I have fully simplified my numerator, and now we can bring back the common denominator. And now we have our final answer. Example 60. 3 over x minus 1 plus 4 over x plus 2. Okay, now we're adding fractions, so we have to have a common denominator. This has an x minus 1, this has an x plus 2. So since this has the x minus 1, but not the x plus 2, we need to give it the x plus 2. There and here. And since this has the x plus 2, but not the x minus 1, let's include that here and there. Now I'm just going to start simplifying my numerators. Now I'm going to go ahead and distribute 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 2, plus 4 times x, 4x, 4 times -1. Combine like terms. And now bring back your common denominator. And that's our final answer. 61 2x over 25 is equal to 2 over x. Here we can do butterfly method. Let's do it. 2x times x, 2x squared, 25 times 2. We're going to set 2x squared equal to 25 times 2. That's 50. Divide both sides by 2. Square root both sides. X equals plus or minus 5. Example 62 and 63, you could use butterfly method on those. I'm going to let you tackle those on your own. If you have any issues, let me know. Example 64, we could not use that method, so let's do that one. All right, in this scenario here, we have to have a common denominator for all of our terms, and that denominator here is going to be x. This is the only term that doesn't have that, so let's give the numerator and denominator that the x that it's missing. All right, now from this point, I'm just going to worry about my numerators here. Not going to worry about my denominators for now. So I have a 5 in the numerator plus a 2x in the numerator, and we're going to set that equal to 6, which is in the numerator. And then we're going to solve for x. Okay, now x equals 1/2. Now what you're going to want to do once you have your answer is see if it can work. The way that you do that is you take whatever your denominators are, in this case x, and you set them equal to 0 and solve if necessary. Well, there's nothing to solve here. So here's what this tells us. X cannot be 0. It can be anything else, but not 0. Not 0. I don't know why I circled that. Well, this answer is not 0. So 1/2 is an acceptable answer. Example 65, you're going to have a common denominator there also. Do the best you can. If you need some help, please talk to me. I'll be happy to help you. At example 66 and 67, they want you to use the change of base method. So another way of rewriting this problem here is we're going to create a fraction. Notice 31 is above 4 in this scenario. So we want 31 to still remain above 4 here. So in your calculator, you just now do log 31 divided by log 4, and it will give you the answer. And it wants you to round to